Greetings and welcome to week 9 of the semester. This week marks the midpoint of the semester for us. Next week we'll begin the second half of the semester. Probably more significantly, or at least as significantly, this is the week when you will deliver and submit your first major speech, the informative speech. And so all of your coursework this week, rather than chapters and discussions and everything that we've been familiar with, all of your coursework this week consists simply of finishing the preparations for your informative speech and then actually submitting the informative speech and then doing a couple of other things in terms of following up on the submission of the speech. So the first thing that you should be doing in the first half of the week, before the deadline for the speeches arrives on Wednesday evening, is to finish the preparations that you've been working on for a couple of weeks already. That will consist of your content outline. It'll consist of your annotated works cited page, and it'll consist of your speaking notes. Which of course are the actual notes that you will have in front of you as you are delivering the speech. I want to make a few additional comments about the works cited page. First of all, the works cited page does need to be an annotated works cited page. This means that in addition to the information that you normally would find in a works cited page, the name of the author, the title of the book or article, publication date, etc. You also are going to need to provide some comments telling me what information you took out of that particular source from your works cited page and how you used the information that you found in that source. And so you need to have those annotations on the works cited page. If you hand in a works cited page that does not have annotations on it or is not an annotated works cited page, I will treat it just as if you did not hand in any works cited page at all. And you'll be docked the points for the works cited page on the grading checklist. Now you have some additional guidelines this week in this week's coursework or course plan. There's a link to a page that will give you details about what should go into annotations on the works cited, the formatting expectations for works cited pages, and then there's also in the Webliography tab in eCollege some links to some different web pages or some different pages from a particular website on writing that gives you examples of citations for different types of research sources. So doing all of that preparation is what you should be doing the first couple of days of the week. As part of that preparation, or as you wrap up that preparation, there are a couple of checklists that you should take a look at. The first of these is the grading checklist that I am going to use when I grade and evaluate your speeches. I give this to you so that you know exactly what I am going to be looking at and what I am going to be writing notes on when I am watching and evaluating your speeches. And you'll see the kind of the layout of that. It breaks it down as it said in the guidelines for the informative speeches. The 100 points for the speech is divided into 50 points for preparation and 50 points for delivery. So half of the grade for all of the preparation, the paperwork that you hand in, works cited outline, etc., and half the grade for the delivery of the speech. So let me know if you have any questions about anything on that. You, of course, a couple of weeks after you've finished the informative speeches, you will get a grading checklist back from me that has, is all marked up with your information, how I've scored your speech, as well as comments on your speech. The second checklist that you should take a look at as you are finishing up your preparations is a preparation checklist. This is basically a checklist of questions regarding all of the things that you should have as part of your paperwork or part of your preparations for the delivery of your speech. And if you're able to check off everything on that preparation checklist, you should be in pretty good shape for the delivery of your speech. If you are not able to check off everything on that preparation checklist, you probably need to go back and do some additional preparations to make sure that you are able to check off those things that you weren't able to previously. If you have everything checked off on that preparation checklist, you're not guaranteed to get a good grade because, of course, the individual elements of the preparation and delivery will be graded on how well you do them as well. But if you have a number of things on the preparation checklist that you are not able to check off, and you submit your speech materials that way, you are pretty much guaranteed to lose considerable points on the speech. So use that preparation checklist. That is a tool for you to make sure that you have got all of your bases covered or your ducks in a row, or however you want to think about that before you actually deliver the speech. Then, of course, the major thing that you'll be doing probably sometime late Tuesday or Wednesday is actually delivering your speech to your audience. And you will, of course, or need to be delivering it to an audience of at least 3 adults, and you have to show that audience on camera, same as you have been doing for the minor speeches. And same as for those, if you do not show the audience on camera at the beginning of the speech, I won't grade the speech, and you will get a 0 on the speech because I don't have any evidence that you delivered the speech to an audience. This is a public speaking class, and so you need to deliver a speech, all of your speeches that you deliver to actual live audience members that are there in your presence in the same room that you are in. This is not talk into a webcam class, and so if I can't see your audience on camera, or if you don't show your audience on camera, I'm going to assume that there was no audience, even if you actually had one. So make sure that you show that audience on camera at the beginning of the speech, because I don't want anybody to, miss out on that and get a 0 on a speech because you didn't show an audience on camera that actually was in fact present. So then you will submit that, the video file of your speech as delivered, as well as the paperwork by 11:59 Wednesday night. And then there are a couple of additional things that you'll need to do in the last half of the week and over the following weekend. The first of those is to do a self-evaluation of your speech. There are guidelines for this in eCollege in the course plan for this week that you can look at. That is you doing a critique of yourself in terms of how well you did or how well you think you did in your informative speech. The second thing that you'll need to do is to view all of your classmates' speeches. Just as you would do if this was an on-campus public speaking class, you would be in the audience watching your classmates' speeches as they delivered them as a live audience. In this class, of course, you serve as a virtual audience, and so you should download and view all of your classmates' speeches. Now, 3 of those classmates you will do peer reviews on. 3 of your classmates' speeches you will take some notes on and write up a brief peer review and the guidelines for the peer reviews. are linked to in this week's course plan as well. So doing the self-evaluation, viewing the classmates' speeches, and doing peer reviews on 3 of your classmates' speeches are the things that you'll need to do after you have submitted your own speech and related materials by Wednesday night. So let me know if you have any questions about anything this week. It's a big week for us, as I said, and I look forward to seeing your informative speeches.